Hi guys, and welcome back to the fourth tutorial in a phone book in C# series. So in this tutorial we're gonna be implementing the view contacts form. First of all, we have to right click, view code, and we're gonna be using system.io and using system.data.sql client as we've done before. We're gonna create our SQL connection. So we have previously created it in add contacts form. So I'm gonna copy it and paste it right here. And we're gonna also need a class to store the information of our contacts in. So I'll be creating a new class. So let's go to Solution Explorer, right click on Phonebook tutorial, click add and select class. I'm gonna name it contact, okay? So the class contact is gonna include public string, first name, last name, mobile, notes, and it's also gonna have public and ID. And we're gonna need to be using system drawing just to add the image. So public image. I'm gonna name it photo. Alright. And let's create a constructor for this class. So public contact, and it's gonna take string first name, string last name, string mobile, string notes, and int ID, and finally the image photo. So this the ID equals ID, this the first name equals first name, this the last name equals last name, and we're gonna do the same for the mobile and the notes, and finally the photo. Okay, so we're done with our class. We'll go back to our view contacts. So we want to create a list of contacts basically. So private list, and between angle brackets we're going to provide the type, which is contact, and we're going to name the object. So it's contacts, the name of our list, right, equals new and list of contacts. Alright. Okay, let's go back to our design mode. So what we're gonna do now is basically create a function that fills the list box with our contacts, right? And when we search for a specific contact, it's then retrieved in this list box. So let's go back to the code and create this function. So I'm gonna name it update list, and it's gonna be a void. So private void update list. So basically what we're gonna do is open our connection. So conda open, and then we're gonna create our command. SQL command is equal to conda create command. In this function we're gonna give it a string. I'm gonna name it search and make it by default equals to empty string, because when we would like to search for a contact, then we'll pass in the search the contents in our search text box. So what we're gonna do now is basically add a parameter for the search. So command the parameters the add with value. So we're gonna name it as search, and then provide the search, and we're gonna add a percentage sign to it. Then command the command text is equal to select asterisk from, and then our table's name contacts, where first name like at search. So basically, if the first name matches the search, or the last name like at search, which means that the last name matches the search, or basically the concatenation of both matches the search. So we're gonna call the function concat and then give it the first name is concatenated with a space and then with the last name like at search. Alright, so basically what this query does is that takes our search and then matches it with the last name, the first name, or the concatenation of both first name and last name. If it has an empty string, then it's gonna give us basically all the records in the table. If not, then it's gonna search for a specific contact, and this is basically what we want. Okay, so now we want to execute this command. So we're gonna call a function that is called execute reader, but basically this returns an object of a class named SQL data reader. So we're gonna create a new object of SQL data reader. I'm gonna name it reader is equal to command dot execute reader, right? Okay, so now we're gonna clear our contacts list. So contacts dot clear, and we're gonna clear our list box as well. So list box one dot items dot clear. Okay, and now we're gonna fetch our we're gonna read our records, right? So we're gonna do this in while loop. So while reader dot read. So basically, while we can read, there is an entry to read. So now each iteration corresponds to an entry in our table, or basically a record in our table. So we want to fetch each parameter alone. So int id is equal to reader.getInt 32, and then we provide basically the index of this column. So this is the first column, so the index is 0, and then we're getting the string first name is equal to reader.getString, and it's in the second column, which is index 1. String last name equals reader.getString of 2. String mobile equals reader.getString of 3. And string notes equals reader.getString 4. And finally the image. Alright, so in order to get the image, we know that the image is stored as bytes in the in our database. So we're gonna create an image actually. So image getting it photo is equal to image dot from stream new memory stream, and this stream is gonna take reader dot get SQL bytes, and then we provide the column, which is 5 dot buffer, and basically that's it. Right, so now we have our parameters. What we're gonna want to do is add this contact to our contacts list, and then add it to our list box as well. So we want to type contacts.add, and then we want to create a new contact, so new contact, and then we're gonna pass to this constructor the parameters, which are ID, first name, last name, mobile, notes, and photo. And we want to also add it to our list box. So list box 1 dot items dot add, and then in the object, in the object that we want to add, or the text that is going to appear, is basically going to be the first name, and then we're going to append to it a space, and then the last name. And finally, we want to, just after the while loop, close our connection, so con.close. Okay, so we're done with our function update list. What we're gonna do next is basically double click on the search text box, so that we want to execute this function every time we change the text in our text box. So we're gonna call the function update list, and we're gonna give it text box one.text, which is actually the text box of the search. Okay, when we choose a contact from the list box, we want its information to be loaded in our for right here. So we're gonna double click on the list box 1, so it's gonna go to the selected index changed. So basically what we're gonna do now is set the text box to the text, which is basically gonna be the first name text box, to contacts of list box 1.selected index. So basically this retrieves the index of the item that we clicked on dot first name, right? That's it. We're going to copy this line to make the same for the last name, the mobile, the notes. Okay, so text box 3 is for the last name, and text box 4 is for the mobile, and text box 5 is for the notes. And finally, picture box 1.image equals contacts of list box on that selected index, but we're gonna give it the photo, right? Okay, now the last thing that we're gonna do is that we want it by default when we open our the contacts for, we want it to load all the contacts in the list box. So we're gonna double click on our for and go to the load event function, and we're gonna just call update list, and that's it, right? Okay, so the final thing that we want to do is basically when we double click on edit contact, we want to open the edit contact form, and we want to actually pass the information of our contact to edit contact form. So what we'll be doing is go to the edit contact for, and then right click on the for, go to view code, and in the class of the form, in the constructor of this class, we just want to add a parameter that we're gonna pass to this class, right? So this parameter is gonna be the contact. So we're gonna type contact, then we're gonna, let's name it my contact, right? So basically this constructor is gonna take my contact. Okay, I think we have to adjust this to public class. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, so basically our edit contact is taking as a parameter the contact that we want to edit, right? So we're gonna go to the view contacts again, double click on the edit contact, and what we're gonna want to do now is create a new object of the edit contact for. So edit contact, let's name it edit, equals new edit contact, and it's gonna take the contact that is currently selected, right? Contacts of list box 1.selected index, right? So this is the contact that we are interested in editing. So we're gonna hide the for, we're gonna show the show dialog, and then show our form once we finish editing. Okay, so that's it guys for this tutorial, and catch you in the next one.